Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my SilverSneakers Flex Chair Yoga class. Let's get started. Against the back of the seat. Oh, that's funny. Now I'll tangle up here. All right, settle into the back of the chair. I love to give my low back a little massage. Pull that belly in. Oh. All right, and then if you are height challenged a little bit and want to get those feet on the floor, go ahead and scoot forward a bit so you can feel them on the floor. Close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in, fill the lungs. Exhale however you choose, through the nose or through the mouth. And then just come to draw your attention to your breathing. Fill the lungs from the bottom up. So the last little bit of breath is going to come underneath the collarbones. There we go. And then without moving forward, just sit up away from the back of the chair. And so now I want you to breathe into the back ribs. Expand all across the shoulder blades, the bottom of the rib cage. All right, and then breathe into the right rib cage. And then breathe into the left. Your eyes have been closed, eyes open, soft gaze. Let's move to the edge of the seat now. And just as if you were going to zip up. Up nice and tall. So now the crown of the head is reaching to the ceiling. You're on the tip of the sit-bones. I want you to breathe all around the rib cage, but also what I want you to do is think about lengthening on each inhale, nice and tall. Belly's going to move a little bit now, not as much as it was when you were leaning against the back of the chair. But with each inhale, find a little more length. See if you can stay there on the exhale. Seated mountain pose, just like a mountain pose when you're standing, it's a working posture. And one more. With the shoulders parallel to the earth, let's see if we can work into the neck. Tip the head, drop the chin towards your chest, come over to the other side, and then come right back up. And then let's reverse and go the other way without moving the shoulders at all. Spend a moment feeling those new sensations in your neck, noticing where you're tight. Look over the right shoulder. I'm going to take my finger on the chin and help this happen. It's up to you. And then we'll go the other way. Same thing. Finger on the chin, draw it over. All right, and back to the front. Let's slide the hands back, elbows, and here we go. We're going to shove them around. And again, draw them back towards the crease of the hip and up and around. So the elbows come back, the shoulder blades draw together. It's like we're ready to take off, and here we go. Let's make it a little bit bigger if you'd like. And again. Nice. Everybody has to shift. And one more time. All right, reach to the top shelf here. And now, as if it wasn't quite there, you had to reach a little higher and then release. Let it rest. As I say, lift and then lengthen and let it rest. Oh, I didn't shut my phone off. That reminded me. Reach and then lengthen. One more time. Reach and lengthen and circle that all the way down. All right, let's take the other side. Lift, and then lengthen. It's a little bit higher up there. And let it rest, the shoulders release there. Lengthen. So let the stretch come into your side body. And again. One more time. And reach. And down. All right, palm to the front, palm to the back, and tuck them in. And then let's go the other way, same thing. Palm to the front, palm to the back, whatever you can touch. Maybe you can get to the back, maybe you only get to your hip. That's okay. And one more time. And reach. All right, both arms up and back of the head. All right, from here, I'm going to lift one knee, just easy first. Lifting one knee, maybe a little twist in the body. Maybe you can let that elbow move towards the knee, but just be sure you come back. If this is too tough, go ahead and put your hands here, or you can even keep them here and drop the shoulder. All right, your choice. And again. A little good morning back. All right, so here we go, some seated cat and cow. Eyes up, heart forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone back. And again. Exhale. Spend time, fill the lungs with breath. Exhale. 2 more. And exhale. 1 more. And exhale. All right, straight arms, straight body. Now I'm going to tuck my elbows in and hinge at the hip. It's like I see something out there. Oh, tuck the elbows in, nice and tight next to the body. And then push back up. We get a little tricep workout here. Tuck them in. Let your weight come on your thigh muscles there. And back up. And again. Maybe grab the kneecaps there, almost like you're trying to pull back a little bit. You're going to take your heart a little a little more forward. One more time, claw at your legs and pull back. All right, lovely. Take the feet a little bit wider and let's slide the ribs around. Oh. Oh. And go the other way. There's some different stuff. That took my breath away. Oh, goodness. And again. All right. And then out to the side. Little wide feet here. So we have a little broader base. And notice you're sitting nice and tall in the sit bones. Nothing's changing there. You're not leaning over. Nice. And again. One more time. Let's leave that left arm out, followed by the right arm. Forward fold, hands on the thighs, hinge at the hip. Look beyond yourself. Drop the chin, use the hands, scoop and round back up. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Hands on the thigh muscles, hinge straight back, look down towards the earth, scoop in the belly, and roll back up. All right, walking your feet together. All right, hands together in the front here. I'm going to lift up on my right heel and reach back like you're trying to reach into the back seat. Now I'm going to tuck the tailbone underneath me. Inhale back. Switch feet. Roll back. Come forward. Lift. Tuck that tailbone underneath you. You're scooping that belly there. So roll back just a little bit. You can go back this way, but like you couldn't reach it, so you had to reach a little bit further and scoop back. All right. You could open, but then reach a little further. Scoop back. And one more time. Scoop back. All right. Deep breath in. All the way around. Take the feet apart again. And once again, we're going to push down. Firm up those core muscles. Shoulders as well. And back muscles here. Pressing down into my thighs. And then we'll do it the other way. We're going to open the knees, but push in. A little different work there, right? I like it. All right. Walk them in. Reaching back. And then reach. Lift from the back. Feel those core muscles have to work there when you do that. All right. And lift back. And again, one more time. You can take a smaller range of motion if that feels better to you. That's okay. And lift right back. Deep breath in, forward fold, all the way down. Halfway rise. Bring that heart forward and then slide back down a little bit now. Right arm out to the side. Just what we did with that twist. We're going to reach to the ceiling and back. And then same Same thing with the left. Come out to the side. You want a little more. Turn the torso and right back. Swing the arms back. Circle sweep all the way up. Deep breath in. Right in your cups up. Itchy nose. And back. And then the left. Roll back a little bit here. If that allows you to get that a little closer towards your shoulder. Yes. And again. 2 more. And last one. This time take this out to the side as you sit up nice and tall. We circle around. And again. All right, so out to the side and then drag it back in. Take it back out. And you take that range of motion that's going to work for you without turning the body at all. So you're going to work the outside edge of that leg. Ooh. And again. And one more time. All right, other leg in. And we go around. Nice. All right, so leave it out there on the side. And then just on the toe, bring it back in. Now use the outside of that leg to open it. Ooh. And again, slide it out and back in. Try to stay seated on both sit bones and really work that. And one more time. All right, so just for fun, let's take the hands up here. One arm out to the side and then switch. Got that? They come back together here. All right, let's go to the feet. Got it? We're gonna put it together. In opposition. Y'all knew I was doing that, right? Come on. And out. Go slowly. Give your brain a minute to think about it. All right? It's okay. Don't watch me. Think in your brain. Get that muscle memory. What does that feel like? Yeah, I would say close your eyes. Yeah. And see if that helps. And Beth has her eyes closed. Don't watch me. Don't watch me. Come back to the center. Fold your hands over. Press the knuckles forward. Take the hands behind your head and open. Let's do that one more time. I think it's easier with your eyes closed. Huh? Stretch forward and then behind, opening the chest and release back down. All right, let's get ourselves out of the seat 5 times. We inhale up. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Rock back if you need to. I'm not going to use some of these I Dream a Genie hands. And again. And then I'm going to reach to the ceiling. It's up to you entirely. This one we're going to hold up. Here we go. And reach up and hold. Drop your shoulders. Connect the ribs to the hips. Wow, nice, nice, nice. Firm up the legs. And then release down. All right, lovely. Let's go around to the back. Grab yourself a drink of water. Let's come into our downward facing dog. Step on back. Imagine somebody's trying to pull your hips away from you on the chair. And that will sink your heart towards the earth as much as you can. Take your feet maybe chair width apart. You may find that a little easier to get lower. Breathe. All right. Take the gaze over the chair. It's baby step in. We'll take a little more cat and cow right here. Inhale, eyes up, heart forward. I have straight legs. I have straight arms. I'm going to sink into my knees. Bend my elbows a little bit. Tuck my chin towards my chest. Again, straight legs, straight arms. Leaning into the chair. Breathing. And then exhale, come back down. Here we go again. Inhale, straight legs, straight arms, heart forward. Front body stretches. Exhale, back body stretches. Do that again and think about that front body stretching. Nice, nice. And exhale. All right, step that right foot in, step back on the left foot. Just an easy walking stop, then you're on the railroad tracks. Giving your hip flexor a little bit of a stretch right here. All right, nice and tall. nice and tall. I would say, remember how we take that little micro bend in the knee. If you turn the tailbone towards the earth right there, they'll soften just a little bit. It may make it a little bit easier. Reach forward and back. Come back to the center. Let's go the other way. Reach forward and back. Without turning the hips here. And again, reach forward and back. And one more time. Don't let this left hip come back. Keep it facing the front and back. Roll up on the toes and both feet together. All right, so we're going to take a little easy coming into Skandasana. So both feet are in mountain pose here. Easy version looks like this. You're going to keep the right hand on the chair, step back on the left, bend the knee and come right back. All right, easy enough. A little more means you're going to roll back, bend the knee, lift the toe in front, and then come back. A little more means you're going to step further back and release the chair and come back. All right? You don't have to be a hero. I just want you to be able to do it. All right? So here we go. Use the chair if you need to. Don't if you don't. Maybe hands are going to come to the heart. Push forward and back. And again. So it's a little balance. A little opening in the hips. And again. One more time. Let's hold this. We're going to sink into chair pose with the arms up. So bend the knees so you feel a really nice calf stretch there. Hinge at the hip. Straighten the knees. We come into this nice airplane pose. And then circle the arms back up. All right, we take the other side. Use the left hand. Easy means you're just going to step back and forward. Or you're going to lift the toe. Or you're going to take the hands to the heart and reach back up. Your choice. All right. Find your balance. You don't have to go with me. You can take this slower if you want to. And again. We had the little twist to it that makes it, I think, a little more challenging. Couple more. And one more. Reach to the ceiling. All right. Sink into the knees and let the hands calm down. Rise right back up. Sink into the knees. My shoulders are on that wall behind, so I'm getting a great calf stretch. Deep breath in. And again, so spine is still straight. And lift. One more time. Let's bring the hands back to the heart and stay right here. My knees are sinking. Yeah. Just getting a nice calf stretch here. We'll see if we can add this twist. Push that left hand forward to the chair if you need it. Draw that right arm back. Your legs are going to wake up here, I think. Come right back. Let's go the other way. Come right back. And now we're going to step that left foot back. Left foot back. Yeah. Soften the knees. We'll do the same thing. And then the other way. Keeping the hips facing the front. Just finishing this off. We didn't do this on the other side. And back. Both feet together. Reach to the ceiling. Let's take that forward fold and step on back. Nice and smooth, very connected. We halfway rise. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Circle sweep. Pick up that chair. Just kidding. And circle back down. All right. And step into mountain pose. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. Fingers near the chair. As soon as you close your eyes, you'll feel your feet start to fire on. It's a good thing, but sometimes just a finger on the chair will help balance you a little bit more. And just like when we were seated, stretch that crown of the head to the ceiling. Put a little tuck in your chin. I don't know, that's pretty wonderful. All right, eyes open. All right, let's grab a drink of water and we'll come back. And stepping out to the right side, I've got the left foot behind my chair. We're going to take that same Skandasana. So I'm going to sink into that knee. You can use the chair there. Oh, we're not going to come up. We're going to sink into the knee here and then come back up. We're going to sink into the knee, turn the toe to the ceiling and come back up. Turning the toes, sink the hips way back. All right? Sink the hips way back and up. One more time. sink the toe, heels way back. Let's turn that toe out and see how this affects that. It's a little different, right? And out. And let's come into this sort of this warrior one, stretching the arms out as we do this. Sink into this and press out. And we'll turn that right toe to the right wall and really come into warrior two. All right, so this left toe is facing the front, the one that was rotating right there. Side to side. And some rib work. Again. And up. One more time. Let's keep both arms up there. Lovely. Now, we're going to drop that arm. Keep this left arm up here and reach. Nice. That hand finds its way to the ceiling. Look down towards the earth, towards your toes, towards the hand. Trace the collarbone. Come up looking towards that arm. Lovely. Find that balance there. Press the feet down. Circle this arm around. Come right back. Let's walk that foot in. And we're going to walk the other one out. Turn both toes to the front here first. As we come into this Skandasana, we're going to lift that toe and then come back. All right. Send those hips way back. Use the hands on the thigh. That's okay. That's all right. If this lets you get deeper, go ahead and do it. It gives you a really nice inner thigh stretch. Doesn't matter to me. All right. And again. All right. Let's turn that toe out and see how that affects that squat. And then press out. And squat. And press out. Lift the toe if you can. Ooh, I'm feeling that in my inner thigh. One more time. Lifting out, and then let's land in warrior two. Side to side. Front knee over the ankle. Check and be sure it is. I have to turn my toe in on this foot here a little bit. And back. So it's the rib cage working here, right? Nothing from the navel down is moving. I'm not sinking any deeper into my knees. We're going to hold that arm up there. Trace the collarbone. Come up looking at the arm. And then put a little tuck in your chin here because the head is heavy and it's going to want to fall back. Nice deep breath. Feel the legs working now. Fire the feet on. And then circle that arm around. All right. Star pose. And let's come into star pose, but then we're going to come into moonflowers. So we're going to sink into the knee, bend the elbows. Push right back up. Try not to hinge at the hip. The moment you feel like you have to come forward, stop. And back up. Really nice. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, right? That's fun when you're in this circle. You can see these people and you can see them. It really looks amazing. One more time. And reach up. Let's bring the hands back to the heart. All right. Walk that foot in. Down, back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Any movements you need here. All right. Taking the gaze over the chair, step that right foot in and left foot back. We're going to come into warrior two. I lied. One. Reaching up. Now cross the knuckles and bring the arms down. So you're looking right beyond the wrist. You can take a look at me then, but then get looking right beyond, look at your wrists and just beyond the wrists where they get real thin right there. All right, nice. So reach the elbows towards the chair and let them float down towards the body there a little bit. Reach them all the way back up, let them reach to the ceiling. I'm squeezing the knuckles together here. Belly in. And again, float down. Nothing's changing in the low half of my body. Float down, stay here, extend the arms to the back, and then let the heart come forward. All right, so now I have this straight line from the crown of the head to the back of my heel. Let's take that left arm on the chair. We're going to reach that right arm out to the side. Now use that left hand for a little bit of leverage and turning the gaze to that right wall. And hold. Drop that hand, circle, sweep, step both feet together. Take your hands off the chair if you don't need it. And reach. All right, we go the other way. Don't need it, don't use it. Step on back, knee over the ankle. Here we go. Warrior one first. Now, if you can remember what hand you put in front of the other one the last time, change. I don't know. All right. And then squeezing the knuckles together, drop them down. You are looking right at the wrists and just beyond the wrist. So it's they're real skinny there, right? All right, hinge at the hip. Let them come towards the chair and bow down. Come right back up, lift them a little bit higher. And again, yeah, I have to turn my phone off, don't let me forget. And lifting back up. 2 more. Here's the inhale as you lift. And here's the exhale as you come down. Very, very nice. You should feel a nice stretch across the back as you do that. All right, we're going to come down one more time. Send the hands to the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Give your chest a little bit of a rest. Work the back. And then right hand on the chair. Swing that left arm to the side and maybe reaching up. But I am hinged at the hip here. It's, we would often have our right hand on the ground, so it's like a twisted lunge. Circle sweep that arm, take that right hand off the chair if you can, step both feet together, deep breath in. And reach, taking the gaze upward just a little bit, step back, we're gonna forward fold. Halfway rise. Exhale, slide down, and let's just stay here for a moment. So my hands are at the knees, maybe below the knees. And then push the hands into the legs. Bring the belly in, bring the heart forward, and you'll feel that back stretch a wee bit more. Should feel pretty darn good. All right, bend the knees, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Lovely, lovely. And down to the heart. Yes, did that feel good when you did that? I just love the way that feels. Yeah. Okay, grab a drink of water. All right, let's come back to the feet wide. So wider than chair width. We're going to eventually get ourselves into warrior two and triangle pose two. So wider than chair width if you can. And then just sink into one knee. Your face comes along the side of the chair there, right? Got it. And then the other side. And now we all know who's calling you too. And again. All right, good morning, legs. Let's turn that right toe to the right, sink into that knee and come into that warrior two. Open the arms, a little stretch in the chest. Deep breath in, arms up. And now turn the body between the chair and the leg, hands on the thigh. We're gonna come into humble warrior. So it's like you're trying to look at something that's closer. You're gonna hinge at this hip and come down. Use the hands here on the chair and on the thigh. Tuck the chin, look back to the back foot. Look back to that little something on the ground and come back up with this flat back. Press that foot into the ground, but don't straighten that knee, all right? We do it again. Knee stays over the ankle. Hinge at the hip. Tuck the chin, look back to the back ankle. Lift the head. Lift the torso all the way up. Lovely. Arms out, straighten that front leg. Ooh, that feels good. And let's come back into Sky Archer, reaching up, reaching down. And both arms up. Now we're going to leave this left arm up here and drop the right arm, push the hips to the right. And isn't this amazing that we found the ceiling? Lovely. I've decided that if we start that way, that's where we end up, right? All right, so you may look to the ground, to the front, or take the gaze skyward, but beautiful triangle pose. Continue to let the hips push towards that left wall. Feel a deeper inner thigh stretch. Breathe. Circle that arm down. And come right back up. Toes to the front. Reach to the ceiling. Star pose. Press the knuckles back. Lift the heart a little bit more. Pull the tailbone down towards the earth. And then release. Just let them shake. Okay, other side. So we're going to come into this humble warrior, knee over the ankle, right? Press the knuckles back. Oh, open the chest. And then one on the chair, one on the thigh. Now you don't have to do that. You could take them hands at the heart right here. We've often done this. We often do this with eagle arms, which we did earlier, but I'm going to take them here. So choose that if you would, if you'd like. Hinge at the hip. You are looking about 6 feet in front. And then that little mouse scampers right underneath you and back to that back ankle. So follow that mouse back. Got it? Belly in. He scampers back out and lift right back up. Humble warrior. All right? We oftentimes do it with hands behind the back. Coming down. Maybe allow the hands to float skyward. Come right back up. You decide. We're going to do it one more time. All right, once you bring that foot in just a little bit closer, pat your little, and here we go. Hands on the chair, hands in the back, hands in eagle arms, doesn't matter to me. And lift. Come right back up. Straighten that front leg, give that foot a rest, and reach to the ceiling. And then let's take both arms up. Turn the body to the front. So we'll start with head over heart over pelvis here. You're going to push the hips to the right and let that arm float down. Keep this left arm right up here. This tends to happen. Keep it up there. And then looking down, little micro bend in that knee, maybe to the front, maybe to the arm. Beautiful triangle pose. And the hips continue to push to the right wall. Drop your shoulders. Everything in mountain pose, right? So unfurl your body there and lift the heart. Take a nice deep breath in, that'll help. All right, reach to the ceiling, come on back up. Arms up. And all the way down. You know what this means here? Peace in sign language. Walk your feet in, check out. All right, downward facing dog. All right, bring the hands back to the thigh muscles. Let's reverse swan dive all the way back up. We'll take this forward fold down the center. I'm going to move out. We slide up, and then we slide back down. Push into the knees or the shins. Maybe deeper, you decide, but flatten that back. Bring the belly in, heart still moving forward, and the collarbones are still broad. Now bend the knees a wee bit. We're going to take that right arm out to the side. Maybe add this little twist. And down, left arm, maybe add that little twist. Y'all are so good. And down, and then reverse swan dive all the way back up. All the way down. A bunch of rock stars for sure. Anybody see the Grammys the other night?
I saw some
I didn't watch it.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
great.
and Tracy Chapman, I like her too. All right, we need to balance first before we sit back down. Have another drink of water. Let's come around to the side of the chair. Our standing big toe pose without the big toe pose. All right. So from here, put that right foot in front and just let it lift up and right back down. Lift it up, toe ball heel to the ground. All right. So feel the earth under your feet. And again. Which reminds me of the Carole King musical.
I was just singing it in my head.
Is coming to Musical Fair Theater. And again, let's lift and hold. So when I say hold, you can use the muscles to do that, which you really will. You could use your legs, your pants, whatever you'd like. But a little micro bend on that supporting leg. Let's see if we can let that leg trail out to the side, just a wee bit. Put the toe on the ground if you need it. It's okay. See if you can find some balance. Come back to your breath. And let's drop the hand to the chair. Then I'm going to cross this leg over. Sink into my knee. Now you know if crossing the midline is not something you do, I'm going to say put it down on the ground. That's just fine. Send the tailbone to the back wall. All right. Heart forward, eyes up. Yep. Nice. Once you drop your center of gravity, I think balance is a little bit easier. You might be able to find it here. And again, you can come down to the shin or to the floor. That's fine too. swing that leg around to the back. And just see if you can lift it back there. Sink into that supporting leg. Let's take the same arm and leg up. So find length from the fingertip all the way to the heel. Stretch. Toe can be on the ground, that's okay. But nice and long. This right body is going to stretch. Yes, lovely. All right, we're going to stand up tall. See if you can release the chair to do that. Upward salute, hands together, and right back down. Oh, very nice. Let's go the other side, all right? So standing big toe without the big toe, don't be afraid. Standing knee pose. And just slide it up, lift it, and just pay attention to maybe what your range of motion is going to be. Work through the feet, toe ball heel coming down as well. And again. All right, we're going to hold it up, which means you stand up nice and tall first. Let this supporting side really do the work. And then whatever you need to do to the leg, hold it, move it out to the side just a little bit. And we're firing on those glutes. Let's keep this toe active here as well. And then just see if maybe you can find some balance. All right, hand on the chair. We're going to cross this leg over, sink into that knee. Now you can bring it up to the bottom of the knee, that's fine, but do bend your knee there a little bit, or over, or on the ground. That's okay, whatever works for you. Keep that foot flexed. Heart comes forward, broad collarbones. And then again, you've lowered your center of gravity. Sometimes balance is a little bit easier. Swing that leg around. And we stretch. You can put the toe on the ground, that's fine, or you can hinge and lift a little bit, but let the fingers stretch far from that back heel. Another thing, bring your shoulder down. Yeah. So draw that left shoulder down your back. That secures that midsection, that draws the ribs to the hips. And then as you come out of it, see if you can release both hands. Deep breath in. Upward salute, take the gaze up, and let's take that forward fold. So maybe I'm gonna step over to the side just a little bit. Halfway rise. Here's the best part for me. Slide down, let's hold that heart comes forward, flattening that back. Now sink into the knees, right arm out and up. And then left arm out and up, whatever you choose. All the way down, that's okay. And reverse swan dive is perfect. All the way down. All right, have a drink, let's sit back down. How did that time go that fast? I don't know. Okay, let's take that right leg out to the side. But I'm facing the center here. I'm just gonna bring that foot in and touch, and then out. Bring it in, touch, like you're gonna cross it over, but we're not going to just yet. Now, try not to lean away from it. I don't know what you do, but just try to head over heart over pelvis. All right. And again, and this time we're gonna hold this. Now I'm gonna cross this leg up and over, but if you don't cross the midline, that's okay. All right, foot stays flexed. Woo, that feels good to me. So now we have the right leg on top, so we'll take the right hand on the bottom, the left one on top. Knuckles together, lifting up on the elbows here. So I'm looking right beyond my wrist here. Give them a little turn, you'll see how skinny they get. Yeah, eagle pose. Deep breath in. Lift the elbows, hinge at the hips, see if they'll touch your knees there. Looking down. And then lift right back up. Open up, turn to the right, and let them float. I'm gonna use my hand on the chair and the other one on the leg. If that foot's down, fine, you're still getting a nice twist. And then turn the gaze. Breathe. All right, slowly come back to the front. Slide that leg out in front, hands on the chair. See if you can get the elbows back towards the chair. And lift. We're not gonna make it to the chair, and just lift the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Keep the chin tucked here. All right, we take that other leg out to the side. And the same thing here. Bring it in and touch, and then back and touch. Keeping nothing moving up here though. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. And again, getting it. 2 more. And last one, hold it here, hold it here. Now, your choice, I'm gonna cross it over, or you can drop it down on the ground. This time we'll take the left leg, left hand, right hand. Knuckles together and lift. So you're looking beyond the wrists, bringing the elbows in and see if you can lift the arms off of your chest. Inhale, lift a little higher, and then hinge at the hip. Forward fold, touch, tuck your chin down. Humble warrior. Come right back up and open, and we twist. Deep breath. And slowly come back to the front. Slide that leg out in front. Grab hold of the chair, point the elbows to the back, and lift the heart. Draw the shoulder blades in. Imagine you're going to use those shoulder blades to scoop your heart right up there. All right, let's take both feet on the ground. Take the feet a little wider. Don't fall off the chair. We're going to round over. Now stay in this rounded position. Belly is in, and as you inhale, lift your rib cage to the ceiling. So imagine you're trying to lift out of the low back there. All right, take the hands to the thigh muscles. Here, bring the heart forward. Like I said, something. Little baby cobra. And then push all the way back up. Let's slide on back. Nice, nice. And any stretch you feel like you didn't get, you need, go ahead and take it now. All right. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh through the mouth. And settle back into the chair. Close your eyes. Right away, relax those powerful jaw muscles. Maybe a little tuck in the chin so your head doesn't fall back. And then let the shoulders release. And that front body sink into the back body. You start to find your mind wandering a bit, that's okay. Just let that breath draw you back. Notice how smooth, how connected it is. There's a little pause at the top and a little pause at the bottom. On Monday, I said, happiness comes by chance, but joy is a choice. Let the corners of your mouth turn up in a little bit of a smile, a little bit of joy, and keep it with you. Wiggling your fingers and toes, hands together at your heart, drop your chin to your chest. Gratitude turns everything we have into enough, and so with a grateful heart, namaste.
Namaste.
Joy, keep it with you. Nice.